Welcome to the Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association Marks and Brand application video. This application was created by the Collin County IT staff under the direction of Stacy Kemp, Collin County Clerk, and has been made available to you through the Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association. So let's go look at the application. The standard view of the Marks and Brands application shows you all brands that are registered in the state by default. You don't have to be logged in, you don't have to register or anything in order to look through brands on this application. You only have to create an account if you'd like to register a brand online. So there are several things that you want to see here. First off, let's look at the filters and search criteria that's available to you. You can look at any registration period from the current to the past. Right now there are two periods available. The current registration period, which expires on August 30th, 2021, and then the previous period, which was from August 31st of 2001 to August 30th of 2011. The default view is always going to be the current registration period and all counties. You can filter down to a particular county if that's all you're interested in. So if I am only interested in brands that are in the Fannin County registry, then all I have to do is select county, and all the brands that are registered for Fannin County will be displayed here, and all the others will be excluded. And then in addition, you can also filter by doing a search. If you want to search by name, or if you want to search by type of brand, then you can do that. So let's see if we have any Johnsons registered here in Fannin County, and we do. So there's Kyle Johnson and James Johnson. You can see that they have two different brands here. We have an Umbrella J, we have the Rafter J. We have Kay Johnson here, who has the CF brand. Take that out, and it returns back to the full Fannin County view. The other things you can do here is you can select the number of items per page to be displayed if you want to get through the list faster. As you can see. So you'll see possibly two images here. One on the left is the actual brand. The one on the right is marks that have been registered for livestock belonging to this individual. So we see we have for Henry George here, we have the GR brand, and we have quadrant 8 on the right ear is an undercrop and a crop. This is all the detail that you can see on the public application. None of this information is clickable at this point. So the other thing you can do, if you wish to be able to do online registrations, you can create an account by clicking on the login button. And then once you get here, just simply click the register button. You'll be asked for your email address to create a password. Be sure that you use an email address you have access to, because you'll have to click on a confirmation link in order to complete registration. I have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in with that. You can see the screen is similar in many ways, but is also quite different. So now I have a number of new functions available to me as a registered user. I have my profile information here, which I can edit anytime I want to. Simply by just typing in a particular field. and then clicking Save. We'll cover the link brand and new brand functions a little later. You can also see now that the view has changed. By default, once you're logged in, you will see all your registrations that are approved at this point in time. So I have 2 brands that are approved. And I can switch that view by using these buttons here that all approved and pending. So if I have a brand that's been submitted, I can see that it is still waiting for approval by clicking on the pending button. And I can see that I have several brands waiting for the clerk to approve. Or I can see all those brands mixed together, whether they're approved or pending, just by clicking the All button. And again, just like the standard view, I can filter by county. So if I want to see the brands that belong to me in Kerr County, just select that and the list is automatically filtered to show me only Kerr County brands. If I go to pending, I have 1, I believe, pending in Kerr County. If I go to another county that I haven't registered anything in, then nothing will appear. If I want to see the default view where I see all registrations throughout the state, just click on the All Registrations button. The view will change to show you all the brands. If you have a county filter on, it will retain that and display only that information. If I take that off, change it back to all counties, then I'll get the full list. And that all works exactly the same as it did before. As you can see, when I'm in the All Registrations tab, the other functions aren't available to me. If I swap back to my registrations, then all those functions become available again. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I want to see if I had brands in the previous period, all I have to do is click that previous period and you can see immediately that I didn't have a brand registered in the previous period. But I can still look at all the brands that were registered before. So if I want to create a new brand, all I have to do is go over here to this button. It says New Brand. Select a county. Only counties that are participating will show in this list. So if you don't see a county that you're trying to register in here, you'll have to talk to them because they're not participating for some reason in the online application process. And you'll probably have to go up here in person, or perhaps you can talk them into participating in the online application process. It's easier for you, it's easier for them. So once you've selected a county, you're ready to go. If you pick the wrong county in the drop-down list, that's not a problem. Just click the county name here again and go in and pick the correct county and you're set to go. Start off by adding an image of your brand. This can be a drawing, hand drawing, or it can be a photo. You can use either one. This application will also work well in your browser on your mobile phone. So if you want to go walk out in the pasture, get close up to that cow, hopefully who's not a mean one and will run you down, you can take a picture of it using your phone and go through the entire registration process on your phone without having to use your computer. So I'm going to pick my running dog photo and I'm going to make a brand called the Running Dog brand. And we're going to register that on cattle and we're going to put it on the left flank. You can select 2 locations off the bat. Select as many locations as you need to. So left flank and right flank I want. And if I have it in other locations on cattle that I'm registering this with this brand, then just continue. I can add cattle again. You won't be able to add the same locations twice, so we keep track of that. So now you can put other locations that might be appropriate. And you'll see that the fees up automatically based on the fee registration amount for per location set by your county clerk. So if I add a horse with one location, you can see that the fee per location is $26. Okay, if I have a mark to register as well, all I have to do is click this checkbox. Again, upload a drawing of the mark. This would be the ears locations that you would register on this brand. We're going to pick just a photo that means nothing to anyone. Oh dear, I picked a image that wasn't a JPEG or a PNG. You do have to pick one of those image formats. It would be JPEG, PNG, or a TIFF. Most of you are going to have JPEGs. And then once that's done, you just pick the locations. So, right ear, left ear, different quadrants. So my quadrant is quadrant 1, and it is a crop. Let's go find crop. Click add. If you add something by mistake or decide that you don't want to do that at this point in time, you can just remove it by clicking the remove button. So if I don't want to do these other locations, I just click remove and everything automatically updates. And then if I have a tattoo that I want to register, you describe that here. You can also use this description if you have a chip on your animal so that you can describe the chip location and other pertinent information that would help law enforcement to identify your animal should it be lost or stolen. Okay. And you'll notice if you have not filled out information that is required, until all the information that is required is complete, you will not be able to check out. It will just give you a current fee total. So if I put the description back in, then you're available to check out again. You'll notice on a few of these items that there is a little eye icon, and it gives you a little more information. So in this case, this eye is a picture, a description of the different locations on an animal that you can use where you can locate a brand. Same thing here with mark locations. Their eye will show you the same thing. The locations for the left ear and the right ear. And then the mark descriptions. So you can see how to describe your mark properly. Once you're ready, go ahead and click check out. You'll have to agree to these terms. Basically, it says that you're responsible for making sure that your brand is not duplicating the branded location on your animals with the other brands, which is the reason we give you the access to go look through your county registration information so that you can ensure that a new brand that you're applying for isn't a duplicate or too similar to another brand, in which case the county clerk would reject your application. Once you click agree, it'll take you to the purchase window. This may take a moment to show up. This is sending us to our third-party vendor certified payments to collect your payment. They will charge a small fee based on the amount. As you can see here, there's a convenience fee of 2.5% per transaction, a minimum fee of $1. Same thing on eChecks, they'll do $1.50 per transaction. So what you need to do is click one of these payment methods here, eCheck or one of these 3 cards, which is what they accept. We're going to do Visa. We're going to put in the number. You'll notice that we send along your profile information so that you don't have to type all this in. Just verify it's correct. This should be the name that appears on your credit card at payment processing. Once you have that all correct, just click Next. Get a review page. Basically says, here's the amount that the clerk is getting. Here's the amount we're charging you for this transaction, and here's the total. Here's your credit card information, address information. You'll have to show that you're not a robot by clicking I'm not a robot here. Then agree to the legal notice terms and conditions set out by Certified Payments in addition to the one that you agreed to earlier. And then click Process Payment. It'll ask you to verify one more time that this is really what you want to do. You click Yes. You'll immediately get a notification if your application transaction has been approved or denied. If you get an approval, then you're done. You don't have to do anything else. However, if you do hit Next, it will take you back to our website. If you don't, it's no big deal. The clerk still gets notification that you've applied. So it'll take us back to our application and return to our home page. Now if I go under the pending section of my registrations, the Running Dog and Spotted Horse brand is now waiting to be approved by the clerk. You may get communications from the clerk regarding your application via email. They may contact you directly if they can't get a hold of you by email. Things they might ask you about is during their review process, they may have found a brand that's been registered that they think is probably too similar or something, and perhaps they would like you to make some adjustment. If they do that, then they'll ask you to attach a new drawing and a description of the brand as you've amended it, and then they will upload it for you into the system and go through the rest of the approval process with you. It's all pretty straightforward. And that's the majority of the application.